Huh, 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 huh. Good morning. It's Chuck Charles Chuckerbutt. I've been called Chuckerbutt once or twice in my lifetime. Welcome to Chuck for Options. I didn't finish this stuff yesterday. I got kind of busy at the end of the day. I think we made our bread in the early trade. You know who wants to trade that chop and slop? But good morning. Oh, what is going on with my fingers? Oh, that's why. I'm like, what? Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Let me just put these things in right here. Uh, so it seems like we're getting some breath in the market. That's good. I think we made money both sides off these. That was interesting to see this. Data everywhere. Copy. I just do this now. So tomorrow we have FOMC. 17. That flash crash yesterday was noticed, but it didn't mean anything. Um, oh wow. Yeah, SPY is definitely doing something this morning. All right, let's get some of these levels. 665.84. Boom. And we are running up right now. 671.81. We are. Let's get some space there. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. We're gonna reset these. All right. Let's check out VIX. Whoa! Look at this VIX crash. 22.3. I didn't swing any contracts. We can just put these in as we go. Got our range. Let's check out the econ calendar. Okay, what's that? 10:30 maybe? The home sales, 10 o'clock home sales. Pending home sales month over month. Oh, that's for February. That could be interesting. There's an auction at 11:30. 20-year bonds. All right, that's it. All right, so today is going to probably be a sucky day. I don't think there's a good chance we probably won't get like too many big moves because of um FOMC. The FOMC is tomorrow. Big Daddy Pile. Daddy Pow. All right, so we got a VIX crush, UVIX crush. We are gapping up 72.19. So somewhere in this area. That is 920. Alarm. I'll turn it off in a moment. I just want to get this done. Bam. All right. All right, let's get some news up here. Let's see what we can see in here. Let's see what I'm talking about. Mm, um, was that an app? Um, Now we're attacking Cuba. Yeah, I'm not going to expect too much today. snap. I have an error. Oh, I have an error. Let me fix that. That sucks. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something else right now. Just give me a moment. I'll be back in a second. All right, the market is moving right now. It's 9:29. Let's get ready to rock, rock, rock. Wow, the market's already up. Okay, no, 0.5%. Already. So this thing is gonna move. We're gonna probably rock it today. I don't know. I would still be kind of weary. I'd be very weary. Well, we're gonna probably move today. Gotta love this market. Gotta love this market. Crap, I should have left out earlier. Damn. Did I buy him? I did buy him. All right, we got a nice little gap up. So there's a chance we can come down, fill the gap, and then we can keep moving up. You know, there's a lot of gaps between these movements over the past couple of days. So there's gaps to the up and gaps to the down. But today can just be some fluid movement, you know. So we can see if you want to see some follow through or not. Sheesh, look at that NVIDIA. All right, we don't know how they're going to play this out. We just have to be in our haunches. Oh, these contracts are moving. I thought I got them at 13. So these are going to really move. I'm looking at the 678s. Wow. And then they even did something too. Oh, we are moving. Whoa, we're moving. All right, this is nice. Wow. 100% already. That's crazy. Well, almost 100%. Sick. Sick, 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 sick. I put my buys in before the market opened. I just did some math and you know, just went from there. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, you do not have to be glued to the screen all day. Usually, if you just nail the opening trade, like if you nail it the right way, you're just done. You're just done. You can be done. It depends on how you trade. Depends on, you know. Wow. I'm thinking about top ticking them. I'm thinking about top ticking them. I'm top ticking them. It, evidently, is not a top tick, but I'll still take it. Oh, what is this? All right, nice move so far. Open door into it. Just want to look at the contracts. Wow. I got these contracts at 13 cents. They're at 23 cents and moving up. No, it's looking kind of strong. Uh, I don't think this is going to be the range. You know, we can maybe start preparing our lines. Let's get our lines ready. Let's get our lines. I like that one. That was a good line, right? That was a good one shot. That was a one shot. Look at that. Another one shot. Excessive drawing may lead to lagging. Would you like to delete the drawings created in the past 30 days? No. No. I need my lines. I'm sorry. I really need my lines. All right, Pops. I really need my lines. I see Simba went downstairs without me. That's cool. That's cool. Simby Wimby. Mm. Oh, breaking news. Wait, I gotta hear this. Someone just came out against the administration. One of our anti-terrorist people. Mm. Joe Kent, he came out to say that he's against the war. That was interesting. Mm. This is bullish. It's really bullish. Let's look at the moves though. I don't know. That was a new high we just hit a few moments ago. The contracts I have are up and good, but I want to try and get more of a clear direction. I mean, that was a good trade right there. That was a really good trade. My opening trade. I scooped the 678s up. I have a couple of them left. I sold some of them on the high end, 60-70%. I started to get them off, but I do got quite a few left. But I have enough to where, like, if I want to add on and like press, get a higher multiplier in the movement, then it's like, all right, I'm there, I'll do it. Or, you know, if we start going down, I can just sell off, you know, for a little bit of profit, and it was still a good trade. So I wanted to keep myself in the middle. I took some risk off. Punk. The cons are good. I hate having to freaking move money around that I don't like need to. I used to have the Robinhood card, or maybe I still do, and I could have just used that account, and I just didn't want to use that account. No. You know what? I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna run to the store. There's only a couple things I really gotta do. Later on. I'm not gonna do that now. And I'm not doing that now. Being liquid matters. It's looking kind of wallish up there, right? No? Are we gonna look for that gap? Are we gonna look at that gap, you think? There's a good chance we might go look for that gap. I wonder. I know I can't be alone. as like day traders and everything, like you don't keep like cash, right? Like you keep, like you probably like do you keep everything in your brokerage account or what? You know, like when do you really need money? You know, when you do need money, like how much do you really need? You don't need all your fucking money. Look at that. Jensen is coming on. All right, today might be kind of cool. Today might be kind of cool. I'm not going to get rid of that actually. I'm going to keep that. Because even if we do press, we're going to be Gucci. Would you go down to? Because you got pretty low. Oh, you did go back down to 15. All right, so we're pushing. Let's get some more. I think we're going to get some more of these. Oh, we're breaking out. We're breaking out to the up. I should have attacked those single prints. 12, 4, 6, no. I didn't think this mattered. What are we looking at over here to the left? Showing our gap. What's over here? There's a gap here, 74, 44. There's a gap there. Boom, 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 boom. You went way higher than that. I knew I should have sold them at 25s. I seen these puppies at 25. They got all the way up to 25. I should have sold them at 25. I got some of them off at 23s, 22s. Maybe one at 24. What I say? What's going on? Pending home sales, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock news. Let me pause this. 10 o'clock news was bad. Wow. These puts didn't move, and these calls aren't even dying the way. They're just at the low. So it's the pending home sales. And Jensen is about to speak. I just went to the store. I grabbed my Red Bulls, grabbed my water ices. So I'm gonna make me a nice little drink right there. That could be it. Mm. I thought something like this was gonna happen. All right, let's make a nice little drink. Hey, buddy. Mm. Woo! What is this? I'm sorry. I'm listening to the news right now. I making my little concoction right now. So Australia raised rates, and now the U.S. market is afraid that we're going to do the same thing. Drink the pink drink first. Mm. Oh, that's good. All right, so we have our horn. I think the market is also waiting for Jensen. Keep that right there. I don't want to confuse myself or anyone else. All right, there we go. So far, this is the range that we're in. We don't know what they're going to do with it. Our box. Here's the box. The box. Respect the box. Okay, there you go. I'm like, where did I put it? All right, there you go. All right, let's just see what goes on. Ooh, ooh. Shoot, I'm making a mess for no reason. Down goes Frazier. Do I have a backup napkin? I guess these are backup napkins, tissues. All right, so we're breaking outside of that range. So we can go for this downside gap fill. That's what it's looking like currently. You know, unless it's just some range that is just playing with right now. But if there's a magnet, that magnet is definitely going to be to that gap fill to the down. It isn't necessarily reflecting in the contracts. It's the contracts that I have. My 664 was good for a little bit. And then the single print. They're gonna probably tease that. So if you want to know what I'm looking at, these are some of the contracts I'm looking at right now. I'm playing with. I made money off the calls, ran them up pretty nice. Bought this at the top. I didn't sell it when it hit its highest point. But I still have it. I think the highest one was maybe like 18 cents. Oh, is this a speech right now? Jensen's speaking right now. Let's see if I can find it for you. Mm, never mind. We just rent some calls for it to move up. 3%, 20%, 40%, 43%. It went up. So that's dropping. I think I'm just going to play. I think I'm just going to play amidst sound. All right, 10:15. It looks like we're going to sell off till 10:30, or we might sell off or start picking up at 10:30. But this is going to be followed through until 10:30, at least. Mm. 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 All right, they're doing anything. Let's. I cooked last night. My cousin came over. My cousin came over last night, so we talked and chilled, and we cooked. Well, I cooked. Oh no, he cooked. I made the first batch of chicken, and I was like, yo, I gotta take it down, bro. Then he said he was gonna, cook the rest. He's actually a really good cook, yo. He definitely grew up. My younger cousin, well, he's my younger cousin. I can talk. I'm not talking down on him, but I'm definitely happy to see that my younger cousin, uh, you know, growing up nice. People want to use their money for a robot, and they don't want to do shit. They want to say, I bought this robot, and I don't got to do nothing. Until then, the market's not going to really like that. The market's not going to like that, like, at all. There we go. We're going for that gap fill, baby. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. No follow through. Damn, I was just about to put some weight on that too. I'm happy I didn't. Look at that. They bought that right back up. Cautious. Be cautious. Because that could be a bull trap and a half. I can't see how this can be a bear trap. I mean, that's a pretty sophisticated bear trap. I can see how they got the bulls in pre-market, in the market. Nah, this is kind of wild. All right, so we have 3. This is the first. All right, so that's how we're going to start doing it. Everything's going to be right there at that first pop. First pop, first drop, another big drop. This is a level. Let's lock this up. So what is this? Is this open? What did we open at? 872.37. So we went back to open. We didn't go to the gap. We ate through some of the gap. Well, not really. Yeah, through some of the gap. But we opened at 72. All right, Jensen's live. He's going to Jensen right now. Um,
Jim, do you remember when I told you that ChatGPT could be big? And I said, well, yeah, I do, 10 years ago. And he goes, Nemo Claw. He said, Nemo Claw, this may be even bigger. I start my morning with Nemo Claw. Could you explain to people why this may be what we're thinking about over the next 5 years and not something involving margins over the last 5 minutes?
Well, first of all, I said I said at the keynote, and I referenced a number I used previously because I want to give everybody a
Good, we need
baseline.
that.
And so last year I said that at about this point that we had $500 billion of high confidence visibility of Blackwell and Rubin. That's it. We obviously our company sells other things.
Right.
We have CPUs, we have storage processors, we have networking, and so we have all kinds of things that we sell in addition to that. We have $500 billion worth of visibility, and at this point, with another 21 more months to go to the end of 2027, we already have high confidence visibility of $1 trillion plus of Blackwell and Rubin. Not anything else, just Blackwell and Rubin. And so, we still have 21 more months of new orders coming in. We still have all of the other things that NVIDIA sells. And so I just wanted to give everybody a baseline. The ecosystem needs to know directionally where NVIDIA is going. Now, of course, we plan with the supply chain. We help everybody with their capacity building. We prepare all the technology partners so that we can support $1 trillion worth of Blackwell and Rubin. And so it's an incredible thing.
Why are you laughing? What are you laughing
Grok
about?
in December.
Yeah.
What I heard yesterday, maybe my biggest takeaway, was it's already going to be making you not money, but a huge amount of money, and that's not part of the trillion.
No. Yeah, we started production of Grok version 3. It's a really, really special company, and we're going to add Grok not to every part. Vera Rubin is so incredible that it's really hard to add value to Vera Rubin. That engine is so incredible. And so, but there's some part of the workload, I think about 25% of the workload, where we could add Grok to it. And so for 25% of the workload, we could increase our opportunity even more. And so
people will be paying for this. One of the reasons why I think is that everyone's so worried about high bandwidth memory and the cost. Don't get me wrong, but this kind of gets around that.
We're the only company in the world.
Will be higher.
Yeah, we're the only company in the world that now optimizes the entire data center across 3 different types of memories. HBM, and we have some excellent partners there. HBM4 coming. LPDDR5, the world's first low power memory used in data centers. We invented the whole idea. Everybody's going to use it in the future, but we're the only company in the world that optimizes around that today. And then third, we now have SRAM. So we have 3 different types of memories that we could optimize the workload across. And, NVIDIA is really, really good at extreme co-design, where we optimize across all of these different technologies, building these AI factories.
And then at the same time, you talked about self-driving. Now, self-driving at 50 trillion. And you're going to get your share of self-driving. Yesterday, I heard a dominant share. I did not know you would dominate in that market.
We are going to be very, very large. We've been working on self-driving for about 10 years now. Our strategy is not to build a self-driving car. Our strategy is to build a platform so that everybody can have self-driving cars. We partnered with Mercedes first. We're now on the road.
Put in the chat, do you think NVIDIA actually beats Tesla when it comes to FSD? I'll do a poll. But do you think their partner strategy actually beats Tesla's autonomous FSD approach?
It is the
they're
highest
competing with
rated
Tesla for
safety
FSD.
autonomous vehicle in the world today. And so I'm very
Ooh,
proud of that.
that's
We're
kinda
now also in BYD, the largest electric car company in the world, Hyundai, Geely, and Nissan. Among the consisting of all the 5
Yeah,
so
that
far,
makes sense.
that's
You don't need the
20%
car,
of
you just
the
need the
world's
technology.
manufactured cars.
And the car companies
And
want
we have
yeah.
GM and Toyota on top of that. And so this
Oh
is going
snap!
to be
I didn't even see you in
our
chat.
strategy is to build,
My
help
bad.
Uber,
Sorry,
and help all
bro.
these companies create a
Got
large
Phil.
fleet
Calls were pretty. Yep,
of
calls
autonomous
calls were
vehicles.
nasty.
Let's talk about the kind of robot that I did
10
no idea about.
something.
The agent robot.
Email
I
calls
saw
always
yesterday for the
win.
first time, I have the
Thank you, bro.
opportunity to be smarter,
So you
to
ate
be
the, so you got those
believe,
calls
to
too.
be able to do things I never thought.
As
Sometimes
I
when
put
you
my calls
argue
in at like
with me,
9:28.
it was viewed as so horrific by the crowd. I
Yeah,
thought it was
I
explosive.
bought
It
up
was
a
incredible. There's a
good amount of them
guy named Peter Scifer.
and random things up. It was nasty.
Whatever.
He created this thing called
It was
OpenClaw.
nasty.
It reminds me of back in the old days when Linux first came out, or Kubernetes first came out, or HTML first came out for the internet. these open standards at the time came out modestly. In the case of OpenClaw, literally overnight, in just a few weeks, it was able to achieve the most popular open source project in history, exceeding Linux, exceeding Kubernetes, exceeding every one of these open standards. And the reason for that is it's this simple to download one-line command, and you create for yourself an agent, basically a digital robot. Instead of asking questions like what and how and where, which is what chatbots can answer, you ask it to do build, create, help, organize, cure. These are
Build a house.
That's right. Build, exactly. These are agents. These are basically an AI that can actually use tools and solve problems. It's
They're
incredible.
the fourth industrial revolution.
Well, that's the dream always, and OpenClaw made it possible.
I felt
And
yesterday,
now it's completely open source.
I think you had to give everybody what they wanted yesterday. I think some took away an incremental notion. I took away an explosive notion and a wonderment notion. That's why I'm glad you're going to stay with me, because we're going to talk a little bit more about not earnings per share, but a new world.
Terrific.
A new world that NVIDIA is creating. And not just
it.
the world that made it so that you
Well,
have so many millionaires.
You get to see it right here at GTC.
Well, I'm very excited. I know one last thing I do want to just ask, are we still doing dirty, dangerous, and dull robots? So I don't have to do them.
You're going to do what?
The robots, they do dirty, dangerous, and dull things.
Well, they do things that either we can't do, they do things that we don't want to do, and they can do things all the time.
Well, then are they willing to clean toilets at Denny's?
Nobody can clean toilets at Denny's better than I can, but that's that's a gift.
Has there ever been a job that you were willing to do?
Everybody's good at something. That's what I was good at.
So, I mean, were you happy with yesterday?
Yeah. I'm proud of all the ecosystem partners here. I'm proud of all the announcements that we made. We revolutionized AI factories again, introduced a level of performance and energy efficiency by another 10x. And then if you add Grok to that, 35 times. And so I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the fact that all of these ecosystem partners here are helping to build this future industrial revolution. The number of companies that are here is incredible. Every single industry is represented, from healthcare to transportation to retail to manufacturing, right? It's just everybody's here.
Everyone
Large companies.
is a client
10:30.
of
It's incredible.
Jensen Huang. We're
It's
going to have
incredible.
we're going to have more with you, much more with you. Jensen's the co-founder and CEO of NVIDIA. You have to turn on Mad Money tonight to find out more, but it was explosive, not incremental, and that's why you must watch. Thank you, Jensen.
Thank you, Jim.
Jim, our thanks to you. We'll be sure to tune.
Okay. Don't think we got anything from that interview that we didn't already know.
Nope.
But
all right, but that was big with Jim. All right, we can go back to the music. If we break that structure, that'd be a big deal. This is kind of off-putting, but no, not really, because I would want to go off of this. I was just thinking about this with this candle structure here. I'm just looking at this candle structure here, but I think we're out the zone. I think we're pretty clear. 674. I think we're going for a higher day. This looks like a pretty good fade. You know, we went into the gap a little bit. You know, we don't have to fill the gap. Yeah, I mean, it just took off. It just took away pretty much that whole beginning move. That's all that really did. That's all that really did. I just killed that. I think anything outside the headlines, we might be good. Oh, they're at GTC. That's dope. That's pretty cool. All right. There's a lot going on at this level. I mean, but we had this was one hell of a move right here, and then they said, here's some more money for you, and they gave us a whole nother move right there. And technically, even if I did want to sell, I could have sold right there, and you know, for my puts and my calls, like just got rid of everything. You know, you can make money on both sides pretty easy. There's no reason why. Yeah, pretty easy. Wow. What I say? Look at this. So that is right. So even when you do see this, you see how it broke that structure? So this structure did matter. I guess we gotta see. Nvidia is just stuck in a zone. They just can't move. That was the add-on. I just wasn't sure, still am not sure if I missed the add-on. I mean, if I did miss the add-on, I missed a really good add-on. That would have been a really good add-on. Sheesh. It's just that I don't know if I'm leaning bullish or bearish for the day. You know, we had two spectacular moves, but now we're hitting some upside. Yeah, that would have been sick. Yep, that's 100% right there already. Crazy. It's 100% already from that freaking move. Not even worth it. Is this even worth it? Ugh, I missed that add-on. All right, so we're going to... All right, there we go. Yeah, that one was really good. This was like a 100% move right here. any money bought down here to there, that was you doubled your money right there. Damn, I can't believe I missed it. I was looking at it too. It just didn't. All right, so I was looking for this higher highs to be broken. Well, I was looking for my lows to be broken, but apparently, you know, this was big. Coming up above that was huge. So I might just buy the bottoms. I mean, unless there's something, unless they change the structure of everything, I think I would just look up. I think I'm looking up. You know, subject to change in any minute, but that was a good move. I think, you know, you just have to look for moves like that. So technically, a nice put right there. And even if you just go just one at a time and then just lean in, because even if you get in a quarter of a way into the move, you know, it just has to go and hit that other technical, you know, spot. So if you bought puts right there, you know, you would imagine, you know, somewhere around 672, 60 or something, you know, we might hit something right there. You hit a sweeter spot if it breaks the structure here. Now you're getting sweet spots on your puts, but at least you can measure it out from that range, you know. But that's, you know, for puts, if you're looking to play the range. Ooh, and puts just got wasted. Where you at, Simba? I haven't seen you in a while. Usually you'll come say hello and you'll check up on me, see what I'm doing. Wow. Sheesh. Being liquid is a mofo, my goodness. Ooh, ooh. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, look at NVIDIA. Yeah, this is definitely NVIDIA. Ooh. NVIDIA. Oh, okay. Not too crazy. Crazy, but not too crazy. You go give it a little bit more perspective. All right, so UVIX is dropping. Boom, 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 boom. interesting. I just had a thought. Hmm. Very interesting. It's looking kind of toppy right here. Flirting around with that line. Big time flirting around with that line. So that line of support, that line is some form of support. That line is some form of support. What are you supporting? What are you? So that was the first drop. It was a magnet. It went down, boom. Hit it, bang. That was the first drop. the first drop. That was blown through something. What does that mean? This is ugliness. But it gave a structure. What was that? All right, it's looking like we're starting to curve. It looks like we're rounding down. Let's see what happens. I think we're positioned. Oh, excuse me. I am so sorry. Now we're breaking down. All right, my put's almost doubled. I knew that thing was that's the same exact thing that happened yesterday. You know, it was in a different part of the range and structure, but once you get all toppy like that, you know, this was a little bit more sudden. Well, this is, you know, gradual and everything. But even yesterday when I seen that shit, I was like, yo, man, look at that. All right. Wow. Wow, we didn't even hit this point yet. Look at that. Wow. Wow. I want to keep my eyes on the contracts rather than the chart so much. Whoa. That's very nice. Let's turn that on. Let's top tick one of these puppies. That was nice. That was nice. Happy to be there for that. That was nice. Okay. Okay. That was nice. Those calls got wiped. They wiped those calls. You see? they broke this drop down from that right here. This was a whole change in structure right here. This was a whole change in structure, this whole segment, you know, and then they dropped it. So this is the bottom of the range. Well, we're going to see, because it can be off and skewed, but at least we know what it's around about. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's good enough. Mm. Mm. I'm not looking at any contracts right now. I'm taking care of something. Get an update. What's going on? Actually, in my port. In my port. This is lower highs. Wow, that's crazy. I was supposed to buy that all. That's crazy. They got me on that one. I was supposed to been add that on. That's wild. They got me on that one. I'm pretty sure the hourly is going to show lower highs. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Man, we've got some trickery today. We're not really. No, I guess. No trickery. This. Yeah, that. But then I seen that. All right, so not really. At least they didn't get us with it. Simba, where are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Where are you, Simba? Let me see you. Let me see you, handsome man. Oh, he probably knows this is work time. He's like, he don't pay too much attention to me when he's doing that. Whatever he's doing. You have to be so hot and cold. Dude, he was ignoring me that whole time. Like, I'm like calling him, like, what the? Are you serious, bro? You had me thinking all types of crazy stuff. Like, I'm like losing money and everything. I could have placed some trades. Not gonna lie, man. So you're gonna go MIA, then you're gonna come down here and you're gonna do that? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? You're gonna do all that? Are you serious? Are you serious? He was really making me work. Oh, what happened? Is this headline? Is this headline? This has to be a headline. Oh, this has to be a headline. Oh, nice. We are in there too. We are all up in there. Ooh, ooh. We are all up in there. Ooh. Ooh. We're top ticking some of these puppies. We got quite a few of them. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, sold way too early. Whoa. This is headline news right here. And we're in the gap. There we go. This is what we were waiting for right here. This was the money right here. This is what you wait for all day. This is what you wait for all day, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Let's get rid of some of these things. Let's get rid of some of these things. Let's go. That's what we were waiting for all day. Let's go. Yes. 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 And we got our favorite song playing too. Yes. We're going to keep you, actually. We're going to keep you. We're going to hold you. The last of the Mohicans. Let's go. Yes. All up in them cheeks. All up in them cheeks. All up in them cheeks. We made them cheeks all types of messy and gooey and sloppy. We made them cheeks all types of ooey and gooey. Hot buns. Hot buns. Hot buns. Let's go. That was nice. That was nice. That was delicious. I think we hold and hold. Let's see if we got some more coming. We have a slight elevation in the VIX and the UVIX. Oh, that was nice. That was real nice, baby. And you see, and they moved this in ranges, you know. This wasn't the range. We thought this was the range, but you know, we top ticked it, you know, and then we found the range. Boom, found the bottom. Bang. You know, they made us feel kind of toppy. We felt this. We bought our puts here. We go through this. We downscale some. I bought some more up here. And then we hit this money move. We hit that money move right there. That was nice. We found the right contract and we went from there. Mm. Mm. Delicious, baby. Delicious. All right. That was nice. That was nice. 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 That's crazy. Oh my god! Yo! I'm gonna get better every day. Oh my god, every day. You know, every day. That's the thing about the stock market, baby. Every day you get to practice, you know, every day, you know, you get sharp, but you should get sharp. You know, you should get sharper every day. You know, there should be something, there's a part of your game that you gotta perfect, you know, like you gotta work on your game, man, just like any other sport. Just like any other sport, you know, this is, you know, this has a lot of luck to it, a lot of gamble to it, but man, you know, there's a system to it. There is a system to it, and look at this. I don't think I've really seen this before. I don't think I've really seen this before. The hitters with this double range right here. Look at this. You know, or, you know, because look, you know, because first of all, you know, this was kind of crazy. This was nice, though. We hit this. We come, you know, we think this is the top. Well, no, not we think. It's just we want to hit the top. We want to mark that top. And then we want to mark that first bottom. Bang. You know, and that's what we got. You know, they gave us more run through. And then I wanted to mark this first bottom. So now this is how we get this. And now bang, they kept us in this range for a while. We were here from 10:11 to 11:33. So they kept us here for an hour and change in that whole range, in an hour and change right there, you know. So you could have just, well, not necessarily done nothing, because in this range right here, this is where we bought puts, you know. But even from here to here is a nice sell. This is why you gotta just sell out. Just sell out of the trade. You know, you don't want to necessarily have any leftovers, any runners. You know, I think that runner shit is not crazy. I don't think now is the time for runners. I don't think now's the time for runners. You know, we don't know how far we're going to go down, but this is letting you know, sell your shit. You know, because, you know, why go through this? What if we don't go down after, you know, stuff like that? You know, up here, your calls were getting stale. That was staleness right here. Your puts were getting, well, no, you see? But then we seen this structure right here. Remember, I said we were getting lower highs on the hourly. Lower high, lower high. So this was short in the tops right there. You know, you really have to. What is that, bipolar? You gotta be bipolar when it comes to day trading. You gotta be bipolar as fuck. Like, oh, that was a nice catch. That was really nice. Oh. That was really nice. Those contracts went bananas. Bananas. I picked them up at 24. Bought some more at 21. And then I bought some more at 19. I top ticked some at 54, 55. I hit a lot of them in high 40s. And then that one straggler, I sold for 30 something. So, you know, definitely getting them at different levels, and you know that brought my average down. You know, but then I sold some the early ones. Remember, I started top ticking them. Well, they were top ticking at like 45. I sold one of them at that 45, but then they started going up like crazy, and then I started hitting them up there. So now this is definitely going to be a different zone. You know, this is just leftover from this carnage. This was carnage. This is carnage. So this right here is is going to be some definitely some carnage right there. You know, people trying to buy the dip, and this is also buy the dippers. You know, let's go out. You know, boom, boom, boom. 15, you still see it. Hourly. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, they're running it. Still some gap down there though. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, that can get wiped again. They did it. 1, 2, 3. The Bears are a little bit too. Bears are strong today. Ooh, Bears are strong today. I don't know. It depends on what your channel is. First of all, the trade is going to be 50-50, first of all. Because it can only go up or it can go down within that channel. You know, they do give a lot of sideways, so I guess I have to back that up a little bit because we see a lot of this. You know, but ultimately, you know, down, depending on where you buy, you know, you can, you know, sell for profit. But you want to get a good entry so you can get, you know, a good trade within that channel, you know, because you don't want to trade something small. You know, you don't, you know, you put up X amount of money and then, you know, you get screwed out of the channel. You know, you start buying some puts like right here or something, you know, you're like, all right, you know, I think it's going to go, you know, start going down. So you're like, all right, cool. And then this happened to you. Now you're like, fuck, you know. So now, and that's because it happens to everybody. It happens to everybody, you know. So now, you know, depending on how much that put is and how much you start going against you, you know, I would probably keep it. Oh, where's my rope? I'm for my rope. I did not like that you were going. Oh my God. I was thinking just weird stuff. I don't know why. I was thinking just such weird things. Oh my goodness, my little buddy. My little buddy. You see, just because of the breadth of the market, I would have kept those puts if I would have, you know, bought them. You know, you have to be able to, you know, hold a trade, you know. You got to have patience in the trade and just be willing to be wrong. If you're wrong, then you're wrong. It's okay to be wrong. But how wrong are you? How are you trading? Did you buy a call and a put right there? It's like, okay, you want to buy right here. Did you buy, your 2-to-1? So you bought your 2 calls. You bought your 2 puts, your 1 call. Okay, your call's going off, You can, hold it, sell it, you got some positive on that. But that's just hedging your bet right there, You still think it's going to go down. But there's many, 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 many different ways to trade. And I'm starting to get a little bit more hip to that, to do like a 2-to-1 ratio off rip, a 2-to-1 forward direction. And then you just want to add multiplier in the move, during the meat of the move. So if it goes in your direction, even if that put go to 0, you're still getting at least 3-to-1. Well, I know you're getting way more than 3-to-1, but you're way more than 3-to-1. But you're going to get 4-to-1 with the 2-to-1 ratio. So that 1 put, that 1 call in this scenario that you bought here, you're getting ×2, but you would have to, sell those puts at a certain time before that spread start going more positive for you, because those the 2 puts are going to weigh against that 1 call. Because it's 2-to-1. But that would have been a nice time to sell your call. Hold it. This line is a pretty important line. We do have a double bottom. Oh, look at that double bottom. And then double bottoms are not good. Put it in your notes. Double bottoms are not good. Look at that. Every time. Remember the other day too? Same thing. We're seeing that structure a whole lot. That's so freaking wild. So wild. It's 670. Look at this, man. We opened at 72, a high of 74. Okay, so that's +2. And then we went -4. Right? That's good math, right? Yeah. They put us on the freaking 4-point spread in all this action. This is a lot of volatility. This is crazy. This is a lot of volatility. Look at that. We are in a 4-point spread. And this is what they're doing. This is a 4-point spread. You see? This is how you know it's fucked up. Look at that. That's exactly what this is going to be. Yeah, I'm going to wait to, I don't know. Equal highs right there. be a good time for that. I think I'm gonna write a put. I think I feel kind of uncomfortable. That's crazy. Crazy action. They're trying to let this thing crash slow. Slow. Slow, slow, slow. Slow, slow, slow. End of day is going to get real put heavy. You're going to see them kill the puts with a run. They're going to run up. They're going to try and clean some of those puts out. They're going to do a crazy, nasty end of day run. Mark my word. FOMC. I think we're going to run. I think we're going to run up going to FOMC. I think a couple people are saying that Powell's going to be hawkish. Very hawkish. So with him being hawkish, they're going to run those calls out. They're going to do a sweep. They're going to do a sweep. Wow. Nice move, Chuck. Nice move, Chuck. You know, and the thing about anything, you know, you should be able to replicate the same results repeatedly, you know. If something, you know, off of like a system, or you know, especially when it comes to the scientific method, I guess you should really bring the scientific method to everything. Let's bring up the scientific method. Because I think we really want to incorporate this into our trading. The scientific method is a structured process for investigating phenomena consisting of asking a question, conducting background research, forming a testable hypothesis, testing with experiments, analyzing data, and drawing conclusion. It is an iterative process where results often lead to new questions and further research. So I really want to incorporate more of that into my trading. I'm looking at the MACD right now. What the hell? Observation, background research, form a hypothesis, experiment and test, analyze data, draw conclusions, communicate results. That's really important. Because if you can have other people test something and everyone get the same result, that's success, baby. And that's how I want the book that I'm writing, the trading book that I'm writing, to function. You know, I want someone to be able to pick it up, read it, and trade with it and be successful. You know, you can go now. I've already seen you. And holding on for dear life, kinda. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just get in at the top and let it take you away. Don't know when, but it's coming. I don't know, that move was kind of nice. 5% down from top to bottom, and y'all calling for end of times. What are you talking about? Important we take out the nuclear threat. That sounds like a Trump tweet. I think Powell is going to bring the heavy doom and gloom tomorrow. Yes, he is, but they're gonna clear those. I wouldn't get ahead of it though. That's all this is. Anyone can see any closer. So when it comes to the FOMC, I have notes for the FOMCs because you should definitely take notes. Always. Especially for these big events. Where's a pen? I know I have a freaking pen. There we go. That has turned into one of my pet peeves. Another one of my pet peeves. Not being able to find a writing utensil. Kind of irks me. So I went out and I bought a lot of pens and I scattered them all around. Because there's no way. You punk. You punk. You punk. There we go. I hope you bought puts up there when I told you to. There we go. FOMC. FOMC is important. Gotta have notes. Because trading FOMCs are they're different, man. It's a different trading environment. It's a different trading feeling. I mean, this FOMC is going to be crazy. Oh my God. We got the whole war going on. We have private credit going on. We have the AI trade going on. The private debt's going to be crazy. I mean, the private credit's going to be crazy. Oh my God. Tomorrow is going to be fireworks. 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 And there's a really good way to trade it too. There's a really good way to trade it, you know? Really good way to trade it. And you gotta be hip to it. You gotta be hip to it, you know? You know, it takes a couple years because there's only a couple FOMC meetings a year, you know? FOMC. I think we're going to pay more attention to that one. That's 2 p.m. This is huge. Let's put a star next to that. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be fireworks. Like mad fireworks. Tomorrow's gonna be crazy. Tomorrow it's going to... Oh my god, tomorrow is going to be insane. And if you look at what they look at this. Look at this. That's 660. Pre-market 665. Yeah, 665. That's crazy. $665. I'll take it, baby. $665. Oh, snap. Whoa! That's why. I'm like, what? When did this happen? Wow. That's about to... Oh, my God. I cannot wait for tomorrow. Oh, my God. I can't wait till tomorrow, boy. Tomorrow is going to be litty. Litty kitty be witty. Oh, my goodness. Ugh. Oh no, but now look. Be good, baby. Be good, baby. What was this bottom tick? 669. Yo, my goodness, bro. Oh, trading is so much fun. Trading is so much fun. I need a couple things though. I need a mentor, and I would love to have 2 mentors. My God, different styles and everything. 2 different type of thinking guys. I want a left thinker. I want a left brainer and a right brainer as a mentor, a trading mentor. And I want a think tank, you know, a trading group that's also a think tank. You know, maybe like 5 to 6 guys. You know, now that's power. That's power. That's power. There's a lot of different ways you can organize it, set it up. This joint's hot. This is hot. Is that an equal low or is that a lower low? I think that's a lower low. Yeah, it's lower than that one over there. This could be a put sweep. This could be the put sweep right here. You know, this is when they're going to just take it somewhere out of range, somewhere ridiculous. Sweep all those puts. Because now they're setting up for tomorrow. They do that, they're setting up for tomorrow. Ideally, you would want to see them go back within that range. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for dying like in your ear. I'm still very sick, as you can hear. We already know what they're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow they are going to sweep the puts. So they're gonna run it up heavy tomorrow, leading up into POW. And Powell's gonna brick that shit. He's gonna kill that shit. He's gonna say, yo, man. I'm looking forward. Yo, he is about to blow all the. I hope he gives us a farewell send off, like the Bull did at the Oscars a few years ago. Ricky something told everybody how fake they were and shit. Damn, you really didn't see too much of him after that. Actually, god damn. I guess he wanted. Damn, you didn't see? No, you sure did. He gave everybody the fucking finger. It was pretty cool. I might watch that again. They're gonna. Yep. I'm gonna watch the completion of this channel. I'm gonna watch a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna get out of here. We killed that shit today. We went Jason Voorhees. Respect the box. Respect the box. I'm out of here. Have a good trade, y'all. I am out of here, man. Do this every day, bro. I love this shit, man. I still got my trades out. I'm still waiting for end of day and everything. I'm taking it down right now. I'm out, y'all. Have a good day. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. FOMC. Peace.